The principal of Marinette High School is facing criminal charges. 41-year-old Justin Bardowski is accused of battery and disorderly conduct after a woman who claimed she was his girlfriend told investigators he slapped her at the Four Seasons Resort in Pembine in October of 2022, leaving her with a black eye and a split lip. Bardowski lives in Menominee, Michigan, and prosecutors say his time out of state paused the statute of limitations, allowing the case to be filed now. Back in January, the Marinette School District placed Bardowski on administrative leave. In a statement to Action 2 News today, the school district says it's aware of the criminal charges filed against Bardowski and say he'll stay on administrative leave while the district investigates under its policies.